is it's conference time. And you can tell, throughout the country and even in the CAA, they're going to be great games. And give Delaware a lot of credit. I thought those guys played extremely hard. They came in with a great game plan, and it's unfortunate that somebody had to lose a game like that. It was a really good game. I thought our guys were resilient. I thought our conditioning kicked in at the end. I thought we had some guys that came in the game and made some really good plays. You talk about Dylan Sherwood, a young man who hadn't played in a couple games, and not the minutes that he would like, and he came in and made shots. Addison Spruill was tremendous on the defensive end. He had 2 big-time blocks, and Craig Ponder stepped up and knocked down 2 big free throws to help us win the game.
What was that last 40 seconds of regulation like for you? You weren't getting a chance to talk to him much. It was just kind of watching, basically.
Well, I just wanted those guys to believe, and I felt like they did. Come on up, guys. I wanted them to believe, and we've preached since I've taken the job, your conditioning will kick in, believe it, you're going to win the game. And our motto is we don't stop playing until the clock hits 0. And even though we were down 4 with 36 seconds to go, I never felt like we were going to lose a game because I knew these guys were going to keep fighting and keep fighting.
What was then the talk in the huddle heading into overtime after a crazy finish to regulation?
Well, what it was is, usually the team that's behind and they hit the shots that go to overtime is the team with the most momentum, and certainly we had a lot of momentum going into overtime. And then we came out and I put Malik in the game, and typical freshmen, they don't understand scouting reports, and the guy hit the big 3, to start the half, and then we just battled back and battled back and battled back and just certainly found a way.
How much do you think that been there, done that? I mean, they're really young, and you guys are obviously not.
Well, I don't know that matters. When you're in a game, I would say it's one of those situations. I felt like our home crowd was tremendous. They did a good job, and we played at home, and they gave us a lift and everything else. I don't know that it was us being just more veteran. We're a pressing team, so we're used to trapping and we're used to getting steals, and it was easy for us to transform into that.
I guess you got to see the 2 freshman point guards match up. How did you feel like Jordan did? I mean, the stats don't really go in his favor, but
Jordan's been tremendous. I don't put a lot of faith in points and stat sheets. All I can tell you is effort plays were great, and certainly they've got a very good point guard too. He did a really good job, but I thought it was a great battle. What Jordan's given us is a lot of effort. He's been a tremendous defender on the ball, and certainly, believe it or not, a lot of these guys are following his action because he's playing so hard.
Seemed like their zone gave you guys a lot of problems, a lot more of those outside shots, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know that it was problems, Eric. The biggest thing is I thought we stood around a lot and didn't get a lot of ball movement, and I think Freddie and Addison wanted to show the home crowd that they could make 3s early. And then, once we talked about it, they realized that I didn't want them to take a lot of 3s. That's a joke. Don't print that.
Guys, it's for you. Start both halves really well, and the ball starts bouncing around. And how do you tell yourself not to panic when it seems like you should be up by a few more points than you are, and you look at the scoreboard and it's tied, or you're down 1, or you're up 1? How do you keep yourself calm in that situation?
We just gotta stay within the system and just share the ball with each other and just keep attacking.
I guess this is going to be my job.
Yeah, you got that one today.
I felt like we stayed together, most importantly, through the tough times. Like we was down by 4 with like 30-something seconds left, and we just believed that we can win the game, and we played together like we always do, and we came away with the victory.
What was that last little bit like for you? I mean, it wasn't like you were going over and huddling and talking about it. It was just kind of doing it.
In the midst of everything, I had flashbacks from high school, which was weird. With Laney and Hanover. So I had a flashback, and I just knew that we were going to win the game because we stayed together, and it was positive.
How about him giving shots out to Laney and Hanover?
Addison, what's the feeling on the line there when you missed the first one and kind of do or die there?
Yeah, I just knew I had to make the second one to win the game. I knew that would put us up, and that would just give us a better advantage to win the game.
And guys, I would look at these guys and say, man, I thought these guys really did a tremendous job looking at the stat sheet. Freddie had 20 points, he had 8 rebounds, he had 5 assists, and he played the entire game. Addison Spruill, he had 11 points, he had 9 rebounds, he had 4 assists and 4 tremendous block shots in 34 minutes. And you know, certainly with these two guys, older guys, and we've talked about finishing their senior year, you know, I thought they were really, really good tonight for us.
Guys, how infectious is it? You know, we're used to you two flying all over the place, blocking shots, swooping in for rebounds. But when CJ's on the floor and Dylan's coming out of nowhere getting offensive rebounds, what does that do as far as pushing you up, pushing everybody else up? Do you see things starting to fall in at that point?
Yes. I mean, when you see stuff like that, when you see a 7-footer, 200 and I don't know how many pounds he is.
Relax, don't get hot. 275, guys.
When you see a guy like that just laying it all out and getting on the floor, I mean, you have no choice but to, you know, give it all to the team. And we've been doing that since day one, since Coach got here, and I feel like that carried over into that game.
We'll take one more question.
Addison, I mean, did you feel like, you know, you guys have learned some tough lessons in those kind of games? I mean, do you feel like that stuff kind of is helping at this point when you're in the game?
Yeah, most definitely. I think since I've been here, that's the first game that we won like that at the end of the game. I mean, we go over stuff like that in practice, and I mean, our transfers help us out a lot. They're some dogs, man, so we just go hard.
Guys, thank you.
Thanks, guys.